Hello fashionistas! This is a tutorial on how to sew on a buttonhole with the Janome Schoolmate machine. First, you need to get all of your materials in place: your thread, your bobbin, shears, a seam ripper, the foot that helps to make buttonholes. It has a bee on it for buttons. Fabric and interfacing. This is what interfacing would look like. It has the bubbles on the side. So after you thread your machine and are ready to go, you want to make sure after you've marked your buttonhole, mark usually is a letter I or a letter T, then you would iron on interfacing. And you want to make sure that the bubble side is down on the fabric where you need to make the buttonhole, like that. If you're unable to see your I symbol, you can use your fabric marker to make sure that you write on that. Okay. So we're going to put the correct foot on. And then we're ready to do this. So, looking at the knobs, when you make a buttonhole, which would be used obviously for buttoning buttons and also for what we're using, the drawstring hole for the pajama pants. On the lengthening dial, stitch lengthening, you want to put it in red. Down on the bottom here is where you have your steps. You want to carefully move them to where it says number 1. If you zoom in, you can see the thicker line shows where the stitching is going to be. So number 1 will stitch down, 2 will go across at the bottom of your eye, 3 reverses back, and then back to 4 will close the eye to make a rectangular shape. All right, so the middle of the eye here will go in line with this little line that's on the presser foot to help be a guide. You want to start at the top of your eye and go down, do your number 2, then 3 goes back up, and then you close it off. Okay. So we are going to do number 1. Hopefully you can see this. You want to go to where you are even with the bottom of the eye. Make sure your presser foot is down and your needle is up before you switch over to the next step. So that's number 1. Then we're going to move it to number 2. 2 is going to go back and forth. Okay, needle needs to be up before you switch to 3. 3 will go backwards. And you want to stop where you started. Needle is up. Go back to number 4, and then you finish. Needle always should be up when you're finished. Lift up your presser foot. Take it out. Use your shears to cut the thread. And here's where the seam ripper comes into play. Some people like to use shears. I like to use a seam ripper. You want to make sure that you are opening up the hole, and this is an easy way to do that without cutting your thread so it doesn't come undone. And then there is the buttonhole. You can trim this thread off to the side here. And there you have it. Happy sewing!